Well, hello everybody. Welcome to P.B.M. Vending. Well, in today's video, I want to talk about money makers, and not for us, but for the folks that are like at Webull and Robinhood and all the other ones. And being relatively new to the stock investment game where it's zero fees, I started wondering about how they were making their money. And I know a couple of them. But there's a couple of them that have really irritated the crud out of me. And Webull seems to be the big culprit. And as an example, I cannot prove this. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just somebody sharing my experiences. Okay? But I have noticed that when I purchase a stock on Webull, if I place the order and the stock opens up, I mean, it's going up, they don't make the purchase. But when it goes down, that's when they make the purchase. I think they're shorting the market. I think that's one of the ways they're making money off of my money, and I don't really appreciate that. Now, here's the main one I wanted to talk about. And that is cash on hand. Now, in my world, what I would like to do is I would like to put, let's say, $500 a month into buying stocks. So let's say, in my world, I'd like to, of that $500, if I find a good deal, buy 200 or 300 of it and put 200 or 300 in available cash, so that if a better deal comes along through the month, I've got the ability to go buy. That's how I look at it. And if I don't find another one, then I just leave the cash there, and we'll do the same thing next month, and over time I'll have quite a bit of cash sitting there. The problem with that is, and I know this is what Webull is doing, because a lot of the stock brokerages do the same thing. In fact, I heard of one, Charles Schwab. I think they made well over many billions of dollars in interest from that in 1 year. So I know they're making money at it. So then I started thinking about it, and I thought, okay, I'm not opposed to them making money, but to blatantly make money and not give me a cut? I mean, as an example, most of the companies have contracts, and when they purchase, or they have somebody purchase the stocks for them, they get a cut. Like a finder's fee. That's fine. I have no problem at all with that. And if you want to take my cash on hand and put it, in a short-term something or other like banks do and make interest, that's fine. But give me the same courtesy and give me a cut. Now, that's the problem that I was seeing, and I was having a problem with it. And also, and here was another use for cash on hand. As we all know, the stock market has been going crazy for the last 3 or 4 months. So I was depositing money. As an example, I'd spend $500 on a stock. And within a couple of months, I made $200. So then I was thinking, well, how can I pull my $200 out, keep the profit, and now I've almost everything that's in there is free money. The problem with that is, when the market goes down, most of those growth stocks are going to go back down, and it's at risk. So So then I thought, well, what I want to do is once it makes X amount of profit, I want to pull it out and put it somewhere safe, like sit on the side for cash. And I thought, okay, so if I have 10 stocks and each one of them makes, I don't know, 50 bucks. So there's 500 bucks in cash sitting on the side. And Webull or Robinhood is making money on that. That's irritating to me. So this last month, actually last week or so, Robinhood came up with a checking account that pays you interest, no minimums. So I mean, if you had $3 left over, you could put it in there, make 2% on it, and there's no interest, no charges, no anything. And I thought, well, that's a good idea. That's better than nothing. At least I'm getting a cut. But then I thought about it. And here's my suggestion for us investors as a way to combat that problem. And the problem is only getting a cut instead of making a profit on it. And here's what I got through prayer. And I've done this, and oh my gosh, does it make a difference. So what I did is I devoted a month of my time going through and trying to find, now there's lots of blue chip stocks out there, okay? And in keeping with my philosophy of growth plus payments, I was looking for a blue chip that fit those criteria. And here's why. So let's say we got the same 10 stocks that make 50 bucks a piece, we got 500 bucks, okay? Instead of putting it in cash and sitting on the side, or putting it in a 2% checking account from Robinhood, what if we did this? What if we took that $500 and bought $500 in stock from a very solid blue chip stock? Now, it doesn't cost us anything to put it in. It doesn't put us anything to take it out, just like the 2% checking account. And a blue chip will grow 1.5% to 2%. Most of them will grow more than that. But let's say it's comparable. But most of those will pay dividends also and have an opportunity for growth. So I thought about that, and I thought, okay, of the three scenarios, sell the stock, pull your profit, put it in cash, sit on the sidelines, let them make the money. Number two, sell the stocks, take your profit, put it in a 2% checking account with no fees, no minimums, no charges. Number three, sell the stock, take your profit, put it into a blue chip stock with 2% growth plus dividends. Again, nothing in, nothing out, no charges, and they will pay you a minimum of 4 times a year. I think that's pretty smart. Now, I've been doing that for 2 months. And I've only been in the market for 4 months, dividend investing, and I'm only putting in $600 a month, all right? So $2,400. With the stocks that we have purchased, we have in our blue chip stock $700 worth of profit we took out. Not bad. So, my biggest fear is that I get a decent amount of cash into these stocks, the market goes straight down, and I lose everything. Now I don't lose until I sell, and I won't sell. But the point is, I've lost a lot of my profit. Blue chips don't do that. I mean, they go down, and sometimes they go down a lot. But it takes a lot longer and a lot more, and you'll have a lot more time to pull your money out if that's what you choose, because those big blue chips, they don't rise and fall like that. They're very stable, very consistent, and that's what you're looking for. Nothing is foolproof. Nothing is 100% safe. So my suggestion for us small investors is, when you want to take your profits, you take your profits and put them into a single blue chip. Now, that doesn't mean that that's the only blue chip I'm going to have on my list, because it's not. But I'm going to designate one. And I'm not going to buy any stock except when I take the profit from the other stocks. Now, at some point, and I haven't determined when, but at some point, I'm going to go into that blue chip and I'm going to pull my profits out of there. And I might put it into a mutual fund. I might put it into a regular savings account. Put it into something a little bit more liquid and stable. It just makes common sense that you go in with a little bit of risk and a little bit of reward. Take your profits, be a little bit more conservative. When your profits get to a certain point, be a little bit more conservative. In the meantime, have your other stocks fluctuating up and down. It seems like, in my opinion, it seems like Webull is finding every way possible to make money off of its investors. And I don't, as an example, Robinhood, if I switch the money over at 1 o'clock, by 4 o'clock I could buy stocks. If I do it at 1 o'clock on Webull, it's 4 o'clock 4 days later before I can make a trade. So they've got my money for 4.5 or 5 days, making interest off of it. I find that irritating. It's the same bank account they're taking the money out of. It's the same technology they're taking it out of. They're getting it at the same time. If I place an order with Robinhood, that order is placed within about an hour. If I place it with Webull and the stock goes up that day, they don't make the purchase. I find that irritating. And with cash on the side, Webull isn't paying me anything. They're not doing anything at all for me. Robinhood, at least I have the opportunity to go into their new account. It's new, by the way, and make a couple of percent. But I think my way is better, because I'll still make a couple of percent, but I will also be making dividend money. And it's a lot more stable. Well, that's my solution. That was the problem. You guys have a great week and happy vending.